Hello everyone again. Welcome to Season 8 of Soul of Eden. Um, Good to see you guys again. I'd like to apologize for the lack of content that I've been putting out, but after so much procrastination during last season, I finally just told myself that I'd start regularly pushing out content for this season. And yeah, and I've been purposely holding myself off from grinding too much, just so we can do like a road to Masters and a road to Legendary. I do plan on making more detailed and more edited videos in the future. Just at the moment, I am planning on upgrading my computer one day, but at least for now, that will not be happening. So let's see. So welcome to season 8. Just to go over some details for this new season. So just for this season, we have a lot of different balance changes, especially the biggest one being for Republic, where Stealth Blasters now, instead of being a one big chunky unit, it's now two, and they're spreadable. Plus, the AoE damage is now increased if you multiply them by 2. So yeah, definitely a very interesting and very useful thing for Republic now that we can counter, units like Phoenix Sights. Is because Republic had always had a very hard time dealing with pushes from Beast. So to go along with this, I think I will go with Republic for today, and I'll continue to make another video for Aliens, Beast, and Empire. Let me just collect these real quick. As soon as I heard the rework coming for the Stealth Blasters, I immediately started putting all my soul capsules into those. I'm only 2 away, so 1 away, so I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this. Perfect. Alright, and let's do this. Let's just check. Oh, awesome, free gems. Alright, and just to go over my quick deck list, I really want to incorporate Stealth Blasters, so this is my current deck. 2 Oraclings, 4 Marine Core, 2 Stealth Blade, 1 Commander, because I do want to see how potent those Stealth Blasters are. So 1 Commander, 2 Snipers, 2 Stealth Storm, 4 Rocketeer, as always best card, 2 Catapod, 3 Strafings, 1 of nearly every legendary except for Goliath, a Nuke, and 2 Stealth Blaster. So pretty much what I did from last season, at least before I can deck theory a little bit more, I took out the Sentinels and replaced them with Stealth Blasters, which do make the deck more expensive, which I'm never a huge fan of, but it's something that I do think in the long run is worth it, because they are very good cards. I will say the one drawback of them is that unless you time them very well, you won't be able to counter detonation units like War Pigs or Painlings. So that is a bit of a flaw, but just the damage that they can put out in dealing with swarms that are usually very hard to deal with for Republic, they're extremely really good. So let's get on with it. And in the future, depending on what you guys would like, I do intend on making one specific video on how to climb consistently in the ladder, maybe a few deck building tips. It really depends on what you'd like. Not that I'm not going to be sharing any of that in just these regular videos, but that is definitely something that is on my mind. So please go ahead and comment any kind of content that you'd like to see other than climbing the ladder, and yeah, I'll be more than happy to do that. Alright, so let's start. It has been, yeah, I have not been playing too much ever since the new season, but I am excited to try this out. I also really like the fact that all the servers have merged, so now English players, European players, and Asian players can all play together now. And also, everyone is also now level 11. Yikes, that's too bad. Let's just push. As I have said, it has been quite a while since I played this game, so forgive me for being rusty. Okay, that's gone. Let's put some Rocketeers on the side. Nicola's not too bad on health. Oh, yikes. That's too bad. Ooh. Let's get rid of this thing over here. Let's Stealth Storm right here. Put Triton right here. Get my strafing ready. Arachling's over here. And then let's push again. Triton heal. This should be fine. I think I got this. Strafing for the game. There we go. Perfect game. Actually, that's not perfect at all, but thankfully I'm not too rusty at this game just yet. Before this, I was in the process of moving out of my old place, so during that whole grind too, it's been kind of been taking a lot of my time, so I would still play this game, but I wasn't so great on keeping up with content, and I do apologize about that. So crap, looks like I have an alien game I need to win. Then you know what, I'll go ahead and do that, and instead of just focusing on one faction, I can show you guys how I play with every faction. Let's quickly grab this thing. Let's build... I want to go ahead and finish up this Leecher Den to level 10. Perfect. So currently, because the balance changes weren't too big of a deal, I honestly don't think there really needs to be a meta change, at least for now. Like, people can still play spawners, people can still do whatever they want. At least, compared to last season, like, really nothing has changed too much. So, yeah, ooh, powerful opponent. I will say for our players, don't feel too pressured to feel like you need to adjust to a new meta or anything, because nothing's really changed. Let's just go Catapon. I know that's a very staple move. I'd rather go for Leon, but yeah, that's why. Oh crap, that was smart. Yikes, that got me. Okay, I made it out of that. That was stupid though. Call Arachlings in case of Catapon. Arachlings are very good for directionally throwing off your opponent's units. And also, just like Terminites, they help deal a lot of damage because now Leon's just there. Let's do Tadakatsu, get those two. Oh, I only got one. That's too bad. Let's do this. Wow, 3 my Leecher Dens now. Now, let's do this. Oh, okay. Thankfully we won that. That was kind of stupid for me, but yeah, my opponent's mistake was calling that Prime Venomite One of the reasons why I dropped Prime Venomite out of this deck. Oh, by the way, I need to show my alien deck now. But one of the reasons why Prime Venomite I stopped playing is, although it has a very good use, I believe that use is very niche and very expensive. For example, like there's plenty of times where Prime Venomite can easily help you counter, cards like Faceless Saint and other large threatening tank monsters like Jacob. So this is my current deck. So 3 Orackling, 4 Terminites, 1 Exhaust. I should probably bump that up to 2 by taking out 1 Orackling, 1 Burn Sisters, 3 3 Venomites, 3 Painlings, 4 Catapods, 1 Leon, 2 Xenoclaw, 1 Nicola, 2 Scorpioneers, and then 3 of the Bleacher Den, 1 Painling Fission, and 1 Tadakatsu. And this deck, at least with all my experience playing aliens, it used to be extremely expensive. Because aliens do have a lot of cards that are very good, but all tend to lean on the more expensive sides, like cards like Broodworm and Prime Bleacher, and other cards like that. So I've been trying to focus on cheapening the deck so that most of the time the way that I win is by swarming your opponent. Yeah. Nothing too fancy. It's honestly one of the reasons why I started to play more Oraclings than I ever have. Is because the main point of Orackling is that not only is it a very good initiator card, because players still live by that mentality of once you play a card, or whoever goes first is at a disadvantage, which is kind of true, which does tend to happen. So that's why Oraclings is a perfect card to use in the beginning of the game. You're only 1 behind your opponent, and by the time they'll do a bit of chip damage to the Guardian as well as disappear off the field. So your opponent doesn't have any unit to stall off of when you call it. So not only do you get to play a card while your opponent does, most of the time you'll go back to even. And if your opponent does end up going first, then you will put yourself ahead by responding. Another thing that's really cool about Oraclings is that I have mine at level 10. I grinded the crap out of these, and that's because a level 10 Oraclings against a level 10 Guardian, they'll survive 1 shot off of that. So unfortunately not level 11 just yet, which will be ideal because most of the players are around that level. By the time it gets there, it'll do even more chip damage. But as I was saying, one of the reasons why it's so good is because not only does it allow you to play a card, effectively it drops your deck size to 1 less. So one of the, especially for decks like Republic and Alien that do have very cheap, efficient legendaries that are extremely good, you want to dig those out as soon as possible. If possible, having a hand full of legendaries is actually a pretty cool thing. So what Oraclings let you do is they thin your deck out while costing you only 1 card. Plus, they have multiple units. They can be body blocks for Painlings and other detonation units. They can, reassign targets for Catapods and Rocketeers, so your Rocketeers can survive another shot or can survive longer. And they can easily beat very good Riphorn bait or Wrecker Rhino bait, even Tadakatsu bait. If you just want to make it harder for your if you don't want to leave your legendary alone, you can easily call Oraclings, and immediately Tadakatsu has a lot less of a chance of hitting your the card you want. Anyway, I wasted enough time saying that, so let's go back to grinding. Let's quickly collect these things. Alright, then I can show 1 game. You know what, today will just be Gaia. And I'm sorry about the lack of planning in this video, but you know what, I just did that 1 game of Alien. Let's just go back to Republic then. I do want to level up my factions one at a time, and I think just going in the correct order of Republic, Alien, Beast, and Empire, that'd be a good way to go about it. I do promise this time that I will make a video of each one. Just be patient with me, guys. Thank you. It really does bother me with the lack of content that does exist. If you guys, I will plug another player in just a sec. I need to remember his YouTube name, but yeah, I'll show you guys at the end of the video. I'll just keep this in because I was busy talking. There we go. Put Stealth Storm right here because I hate Catapod. That was a bit of a dumb move. I'm gonna go ahead and push. And then let's do Arachnings as well. Get ready for a straight. Have we called anything? Oh, actually, no, this might be game. This is game. Ooh. Excuse me, but that was, yeah, Republic can be very aggressive. I think people tend to forget. People try to be way too controlling with Republic and try to play stall game. But honestly, any deck can be what you want to make it, in my opinion. You know, of course there is a lot that goes into deck building, but at the end of the day, it's more about the player. Of course, there are better ways to play your decks. I think going for a cheaper, like for example, playing a more cost-efficient deck, playing more copies of a single card is way more reliable than just playing one of every card. But at the end of the day, it's really up to how you think you should play the game. Because this game has no established meta, other than broken spawner hell. But definitely experiment with this game. It's definitely not hard to make a good deck, and it's definitely not hard to find your own playstyle. You just, in my opinion, it's totally fine to net deck someone. But either way, it's not, that person mainly built that deck for themselves. So you should definitely try to embrace your own style, I'd say. As cringy as that sound. Ooh. I think this is fine. Okay, so here you go. So here goes our Racklings. So they're level 10 against a level 10 Guardian, so they're going to survive one shot. So look at the damage that they're doing. Which is actually not negligible. That's like easily maybe like a 15th of their health bar. And the main goal of Republic, honestly, is like just get your opponent down to an HP where they are below, where they are within nuke range, within your marine pod range. What is this guy doing? Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Alright. Yikes, that sucks. Alright, here comes the Racklings. It's okay, I got this. Maybe I should call it Fury, but it's fine. It's fine. Ooh, okay. His hand was kind of unfortunate, I guess. Call sniper. Call Rocketeers on the site again, which is such a potent combo, honestly. And that was unfortunately that was just a waste of a. big waste of a carpet bombing just for my sniper. Quick tip, just players, you should just try not to, you should not be, unless you are, and you are fully aware that you are fully ahead of your opponent, do not try to spend more to counter one unit, unless it's like a game changer. Alright, looks like maybe 4 more games until I can rank up. I think I can make it that far. Let's go! That was fast. I do like all the servers merging together. We no longer have to play against the same opponents, especially when you're high rank. You only meet the same 10 players, I'd say, throughout the entire day. So definitely welcome this change. It's also 4 a.m. when I'm playing right now, so no wonder I'm getting matched with a lot of Asian players. For those who are wondering, the reason why I do place them there, up ahead instead of placing them all the way in the back, is because I want my opponent to respond to me as soon as possible. If you are going to wait, then that just gives your opponent also more time to stall. I did not mean for that. I have way too many stealth cards in my hand, so... Oh, that is just unfortunate. Oh, I feel bad for the guy, but I did have Commander in my hand. Well, I guess just let me be an example to show you guys. It doesn't, no matter what level your opponent is, it as long it's. Sorry, this does not sound as optimistic as I was hoping to say, but as long, in my opinion, as long as there's like a 3-level difference, there is a chance. You know, your opponent's level does not equal their skill. But definitely, if you are lower level, of course you'd be more cautious, you should be smarter. But it's definitely possible to beat someone in this game just because they outlevel you. Alright, so 1409. Wait, how many points am I getting each time I rank up? 24. So looks like 4 more games and we can make it. I'm gonna jinx myself right now. Get rid of a sniper. But it's beast, so I guess I'll go with that. Perfect. Let's just go with that again. Interesting. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, guys. Yikes. I took a little more damage than I'd like. Ooh, that was pretty good. Ooh. Should have been smarter about that. Ooh. I guess I'm just gonna have to do this. Strafing that. Perfect. Just keep pushing. I wonder why this guy is not spreading his units. He is nearly in nuke range. Yeah, he's in nuke range. Goodbye. I will say, you should not feel ashamed for having to nuke someone, unless it's been a very intense game. But nuking someone, it's just, for those, I especially last season, I've been hearing a lot of people say, "Oh, Republic is so broken," and you know what? To an extent, I do agree with that with the Rosa. But now she is, in my opinion, I believe she's more than balanced right now. But I did think that Rosa was. It's kind of hard to say, and I'm not saying this to defend my favorite faction. What I am saying though is that Rosa just forced players to counter Republic differently. I saw a lot of people complaining, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's just there are times where you just need to change your playstyle. If your playstyle isn't, if you can't kill something, then it's not. I don't think it's the game's fault for making a broken unit. I think it's just forcing players to think creatively. So I will say a lot of people were complaining about how Republic just does way too much indirect damage, where they have so many, they have access to so many cost-efficient legendaries, and those are all fair points. But at the end of the day, is can you really blame it on? Oh, whoa! Oops. Pretty much what I was gonna say though is that at the end of the day, you need to think to yourself, is it a change that I need to make with my own playstyle, or is it that the game's broken? And I think most of the time, it is a matter of the game is balanced. It's just that players they don't want to believe that that their playstyle is just not appropriate. Let's do this. Whoa. My hand's kind of rough. Look at that good damage, dude. Alright. Wow. That was very fast. But as you can see, the new rework to Stealth Blasters really is a really needed buff. Because one of the reasons why Republic needed to play so many legendaries like Triton, Rosa, and Leon is because we really don't have that many good tanks in our deck. We have Shotgunner, we have Pulse Tank. And Riphorn really can't count as a tank because he goes off on his own and does his own damage. And of course, there's Riot Trooper and Mech Miner, but not only they're very expensive, they're also just extremely they're a lot more niche and easily counterable than people imagine. So Stealth Blasters are a very welcome one because not only are they a reliable tank that moves slowly, they are also, what's it called? They're spreadable. That's what I was gonna say. They're spreadable, which makes them a lot more appropriate in a lot more situations. Especially because if you have 2 Rocketeers and you want to protect them with 2 tanks. All right, 2 more games, and let's call it a very early morning. Didn't I just fight this guy? I'll take it. Man, this guy's grinding early. Wait, was I wrong? Level 10 Oraklings can survive a level 11 shots? I did not know that. Let's do this. Ooh, that's dirty. Oops, I missed that. But that strafing was not a good idea. That was definitely my bad. Okay, I need to wake up. I'm not making wise decisions right now. Both of those strafings were not great. But at the end of the day, I believe that we are evenly matched in Elixir. Come on, give me Marine Corps. Oh, yikes. Yikes. That's a shame. I can do this. Protect myself. Yikes. Not good. Not good. Ooh. Ah, I was hoping that would kill earlier. Hopefully we can just keep pushing. Yeah, we got this. I need a Marine Corps so badly. Go Stealth Blaster. Push on the left side. Here comes Commander. I didn't need that at all. Ooh, okay, that was very sloppy of me, but at least we still got the win. Another thing that I'm really happy about servers merging is that Asian players did get this access to this game earlier than the rest of the world. So with me being a mini whale, just kidding, I spent yeah, I guess I'm a mini whale. I spent nearly 200 on this game, but definitely being a bit over level than other players definitely didn't feel great, because in a lot of cases people would try to shift the blame to being underleveled, which I definitely don't think is true. Or actually, I disagree with, because I definitely couldn't have made it. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, guys. I definitely wouldn't have been able to make it to level 11 without the amount of challenge that I also played. I currently have almost 1,000, or not almost 1,000, 3/4 of 1,000 trophies, and that I definitely got way more rewards from spamming challenge rather than spending money on the game. Alright, so just one more game, and yeah, we can call this a video. Sorry it's been going on a little too long. I think I'll grind the other factions just a bit more so that the ladder climb isn't too time consuming. Let me know though, because if you guys do like watching these longer videos, let me know. I'll just do this. That's not too bad. I don't have a tank though. Let's go. My boys. Another thing, if your opponent responds to your Racklings, that is an immediate sign that you will most likely be ahead of your opponent, because there aren't many one-cost units in the game. Okay, a Ballista. Ooh. That was just really good timing. And I did not mean to call that sniper, I meant to spread Rocketeers. Jesus, oh, that wasn't smart. Or that was just unfortunate. But I did get the sniper shot in, which is very fortunate. Let's get Rocketeers going. Let's spread Marines as much as possible. So, ooh. Let's Tata, get lucky, get lucky. Call Stealth Blade on the left, because I mean 4 Rocketeers is a very hard thing to counter. Yeah, I think he's done. GG. I will say, a lot of people still, I think there's a stigma behind trying to cheese a Stealth Blade. I genuinely do not believe that's the case. I think Stealth Blade in most cases, most is a lie. But in some certain circumstances, your hand will be bad. Republic specializes in countering other factions, except Beast. But because of that, Republic has a lot of cards that are specific to countering. You know, stealth. All the stealth units are extremely powerful when it comes to putting yourself ahead of your opponent. The one thing about an early game Stealth Blade, like first move Stealth Blade, honestly, especially against decks like in a Republic mirror, it's not a terrible idea, because most Republic players play similarly, and in that case, a lot of people tend to play heavier, slower Republic decks, which means if you play Stealth Blade, more often, I guess it's more of a 50-50 chance. I keep going back and forth on this, but at the end of the day, if your opponent doesn't have Marines, they really don't have much anything else in order to counter Stealth Blade, which often leads you to being ahead of your opponent, or at least breaking even. There have been plenty of times I go against Alien or Republic, and like they have to call out a Triton, they have to call out a Xenoclaw, they have to call out, you know, something that does cost something, that costs maybe even equal to a Stealth Blade, that requires that allows you to remove a free card off your opponent. And at the end of the day, it's only a 3 cost. So let's say your opponent even calls out Rocketeers. You kill one of the Rocketeers. That Rocketeer that's approaching your side of the field, you will get to stall. Even though you will take some damage, you will be able to stall and build up your elixir even more than your opponent at the end of the day. Alright, but anyway, I let this video go on way too long, but I do appreciate everyone who has been looking forward to this content. I have been able to free up a little bit more time, and I know at the end of the day, there is very little content to go off in this game, especially on YouTube. So I'll try my best to keep pushing out content. Let me know what factions you guys want to see, and let me know if you want me to ever incorporate a certain card, or want to discuss the options of a certain card. Please let me know in the comments. Just please let me know any questions that you guys have, and I'm more than happy to give my opinion on it. In the future, I do plan on having certain guests. I'm sure some of you players are familiar with some of the top players, at least in the US. For example, we got Scout, we got Hush, we got Dimmery, Rampage Dawn, and let's see, Mellow Sky, all these players, all these very talented players, I do hope to be inviting onto these episodes. So not only you guys can get my opinion on the game, but different viewpoints from other very good players. So yeah, I'll call this an episode. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you again next video.